Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another Calypso showcase. And it was great pride tonight that we bring to you a special calypsonian, Winston Bailey, Shadow. Good evening, Shadow, and welcome to Calypso showcase.
Good evening, and thank you.
It just struck me as I called your name. You used to be called the Mighty Shadow. You prefer to be just called
Never
Shadow
the
now?
mighty, never the mighty.
Never the Mighty Shadow, just
Shadow.
always the Shadow. Yeah. And where did you get the name the Shadow from?
The crazy simple story. In Tobago, somebody was calling somebody by the name of Shadow, and I was feeling like the person calling me. That's a long, long time ago, and I was telling my friends, and they started calling me Shadow, But I always liked Calypso before that, so it just fit in with the Calypso thing.
The Shadow.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about this Calypso season. You sung at the mass camp, a tent which was organized by A-Class Promotions. How did the season go for you?
It was good. I sang Hard Head, music, which everybody know by the name Dingolay.
They've christened it Dingolay.
Yeah. I think I gave the song the wrong name. And Sukoya. It was a nice season.
It was a nice season.
Yeah, the songs were well received by the audience.
But we've got a lot to show the audience about you tonight, and we've got a lengthy video clip on Shadow. We almost didn't know what to cut out as far as Shadow was concerned. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go straight into this, what we've prepared on the Mighty Shadow, on the Shadow.
Right.
A cool night in TNT and looking up to the Laventil Hills from the scenic roof of the Caribbean Song Basin, the home of Amar Studios, the Kiskiddy label, and talking to the man Winston Bailey, the Shadow, who has just put out a monster LP from this facility. Winston Bailey, welcome to Calypso Showcase.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, I know you're not a man of many words. In fact, in your calypsos, you're rated as one of those people who can use few words but get a message across. But tonight, we hope to get you talking a little bit more.
I would try. I don't know how far I would go with this thing. I know I'm a singing man, not a talking man.
Well, I'm sure the first thing that our fans would like to know is the roots of the man Winston Bailey, Shadow. Where was he born? What sort of upbringing did he have?
Well, I grew up from a baby in Lecato, Tobago. My roots like music is like tambourine music. The goat skin with the tambourine and they play the violin. Mm-hmm. And do music like jig, reel, and some others. That is the first music I knew and loved. I mean, right now, I think a lot of that remain with me.
What about any formal training in music?
Oh, no. But from a little boy, music was always around me. Like my grandfather was a choir master, and he used to practice choirs and things, but like for harvest and different things. But I never used to sing in the choir, because my family used to figure I can't sing. But I used to tell myself, these people don't know, I don't want to sing them things they sing in. I have something else I want to sing. So I used to sing, but not home. I used to sing like, I used to look after a lot of animals like cows, sheep and things. So when I go in the pasture, I milk some milk and I soak some fire in and I put them on a tree to get right down, And I sing and I try to write calypsos all the time because that is my thing. And that was my thing from ever since. From the first day I heard calypso, I wanted to get into this thing. I wanted to do it. That was so sweet, I feel. That was the sweetest thing to do. I remember trying to write calypsos first. It wasn't easy, because the music was in me, so it's easy to get doom, doom, doom. But the lyrics, the rhyme thing was beating me bad, man. The story was flowing out, But the rhymes, it's to slow me down. I remember one time I was looking for a guy called Kelvin. He used to, the speech band thing, and this guy used to use a lot of rhymes, I wanted to find him to give me some kind of formula, something that I could work by. But right now, I'm glad I didn't find him,
And we're going way back in the early 70s, and we're talking Princess Building. and we're talking about them. And this is the first Calypso that I remember you making an impact with me was a tune called Threat. I believe it was the second year you were singing Calypso, and that's the era I want to take you back to.
Well, we had to go back a little further. Before Prince's building, it's like Port Services Club, Rising Road, Blakey's Victory. That's where I sang the Threat. I sang with Blakey 2 years. I did the Threat, and then I did another Threat, which was in like Trouble in 72. And then the third year, I did another Threat because I wanted people to know.
That you were coming out?
I'm coming, I'm really coming. And after the third Threat, I tried it in, the man in my head.
Right, well, let us see now which threat it is that I really knew, because there was a threat that I found I couldn't get out of my head. And I don't know if you can remember the melody, but maybe it was the third threat that I picked up on. So perhaps I don't know if any of those threats can come back to you.
Let me see. I sit down and study a lovely melody. It could be a winner, sure, in panorama. You might think I'm joking or believe I'm boasting, but if you listen, you could hear the rhythm. A challenging calypsonians who think they are road march champions. I ain't making fun, I'm gonna beat them in 71. Steel band men, please listen to me. Dig the beat of this melody. I quite agree, Kitchener is great. But in 71, he must feel me weight. Well, if those steel band boys give this tune a simple try. Kitchen boy, water in your eye. Well, that didn't work, eh?
That is the tune.
So that was the first threat. So, but I threatened again, you know.
Trouble in 72.
I said something like, can't remember it too good, you know. I said something like, last year I tell them that I could beat them. They're getting on as though it's a problem. Let me make this clear. Before I came here, my name was Babel. I had the best orchestra in hell. Just listen to sweet bass. Is music in the place? And that could be bacchanal for the carnival. Road march contenders got to be sweet like sugar. And if they fail to do so, trouble go meet them in 72. Well, that didn't work, eh?
That didn't work either?
No, but I had to threaten Mr. Kitchener and Sparrow because they were so outstanding, they're great, you know, and just had the thing. But I wanted people to know I'd come in too, I want to get there too. So the first two didn't work, so I come back again.
More threats.
You think no, this one is what? Yeah. They think I'm gonna stop. Tell them they lie. I come out to fight, and it's battle until I die. Sparrow and Kitchener, I hear they walking Obia. If they sing Dore, you can't stop them on Carnival Day. I don't want to get vexed and lose my temper. Mr. Kitchener and Mr. Sparrow. Anytime I get vexed, I go use my razor. I want in all you, carry me by the Obia man too.
Right. So that set the tempo for what you were coming on. Now, this tune, Bassman, which you launched out within 74. First to begin, I want to know, what was the relationship between you and Art Dikoto? Because Art Dikoto had an input into that Calypso as well. So let's talk about that.
Well, the truth about the Calypso, it came out as how I did it. The song was really, I used to write my music all the time from the threat on. Blakey took me by Atta one day. I remember I told him he was shaving. I was trying to explain to him I wanted to write these songs, but I have some different ideas. He said, well, let me hear them. just the bass I wanted. I found out something else I wanted because they played it down, right? But I was missing something. I had the whole thing like... When put down the thing on the tape, I say, but this thing beating me here, man, I'm missing something bad. I couldn't move, you know, like I wanted. Then I was thinking, and I come up with the congas.
To forget Calypso, to go and plant peace in Tobago, but I am afraid I can't make it great. Every night I lie down in my bed, I hearing a bass man in my head. I'm bam bidim bam, bow, I'm bam bidim bam, bow, I'm bam bidim bam, bow, 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 bow. I don't know how this thing gets inside me. Mama, every morning he driving me crazy, like he taking me for a paniad. Morning and evening, Mr. Farrell going mad. Dim dum, if I don't want to sing, when he start to do his thing, I don't want to, but I have to sing. And if I don't want to dance, he does have me in a trance. I don't want to, but I have to practice to it. Bidim-bop, bidim-bop,
You matched it up with a beautiful number, I Come Out to Play, which was simply sweetness.
Yeah. It was Tuesday night, last lap carnival. Me head feeling right. I bounce up this girl. She said I drink up me whiskey and I smoke up me tampy. And right now I'm searching for a man to jump up with me. But boy, you're dancing like you're free to touch me. I come out to play, hold me tight around me belly. I come out to play, like you're afraid me man go beat you. I come out to play, me have no man, I tell you. I only hope you ain't have no woman in the band. Cause if you have a woman, that could be real confusion. I am in search of a man with your description, and you gotta play with me from now until Ash Wednesday. I said, do come, take a drink around. She said, me shoe bust, and I lost me purse. I tell she throw away the damn shoe, and I throw away me shoe too. She say, oh, they are hoping I could bounce up someone like you. But why you dancing like you're afraid to touch me? I come out to play, hold me tight around me belly. I come out to play, and like if you're afraid me man go beat you up. I come out to play, but brother me have no man, I tell you. I only hope you ain't have no woman in the band. If you have a woman, that could be real confusion. I am in search of a man with your description, and you gotta play with me from now until Ash Wednesday.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, we want to talk about Dimash Grand Night, 1974. I know that night means a lot to you. I want you to tell me what went through you when the results came out that night.
And when they say I didn't win, I said, what's going on here? Everybody crazy. Well, I run from there to Belmont, you know. I wasn't feeling too good. I had to run. Yeah, I was feeling sick because I work all my lifetime, you know. I work hard on music, you know. I spent all my life on music, you know, from a kid, you know. You catch me all in lonely places with a guitar. One time I used to play with 3 strings, and I always working hard. And I think if I reached there, I deserved it. Because it was just that, you know. It was just that. That was all the way out. But everybody's going with me, eh? But then, I don't know, maybe my face or something. I don't know, they didn't give the thing to me.
The fact that you won the road match and also placed second with the road match would I come out to play, do anything to appease that hurt?
I mean, that was good to happen because the songs were good and the people supported me by, they wanted bassman and I come out to play, to win. And I was glad to see somebody else could win because, I mean, it's the same thing I was saying. I was threatening all the time. And I wanted somebody else to win, you know, and I was thinking about road match, really.
That's history.
Yeah.
Well, you were finalist in 75 and in 76, but not until 1977 did you decide to vent your anger. That's the only way I put it, when you said, jump, judges, jump. Tell us how you came to compose that particular calypso.
I wasn't interested in the crown again, so I was kind of angry with the judges. So that's why I told them I want to catch them in hell to bust the 2-1 team.
The world know my music is solid like brick. The people enjoy it, they jump to the beat. When they have competition, the judges will swear, I am a comedian, so hear what I would declare. I want to catch them judges in hell to have them jumping. Just jumping, no stopping. I want to wear them up with some clothes and have them jumping. Just jumping, no fooling. When I tell you jump, jump, you got to jump, jump. When I tell you stop, jump, keep jumping up, jump. And if I catch you jumping up slow, I'll bust your toe.
Well, Shadow, I want to take you up to the 80s now, because I think in the 80s is where your music really matured. And 1982, Weird Feelings and Obia. And that's another double that took you to the Savannah again. I know some of these, thinking back, and it must be a little painful for you. But let's talk about the year 1982 with Weird Feelings and Obia.
Well, Weird Feelings, Obia. They say I sing nonsense, and yet they love me nonsense. It's Obia.
You say you're singing nonsense, but yet I love your nonsense. It's Obia. You're walking Obia. You're looking like a boo-boo, but yet Mrs. I love you. It's Obia. You're walking Obia. He said Obia man. Answer the question. Obia man. You are not dealing with Satan. Obia. You're walking Obia. It's Obia. You're walking Obia. You want to sing the chorus?
Weird Feelings, for example, a lot of music in that.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of songs now, and while the song's playing, I just sing that same song. I use some pattern, the chord patterns, and a lot of people use that today, you know, so when they just go with that, the song will just come back and I sing it. That was a beautiful song.
I'm feeling the fat, like I used to fat. I'm feeling to sing, the way that I used to sing. My head feeling tight, I'm feeling alright. Tell me family, don't leave no dinner from me. Jam the calypso, let me feel the tempo. Play the music, I am so hysteric. Oh lado, oh me lado, oh lado, oh me lado. Keep the tempo flowing, I want to do some dancing. Just do me this favor, I'm suffering from hysteria.
A number of material in the early 80s. We had the LP with Roll Your Bumbolum. Again, a number of outstanding tunes on that album. Can you refresh your minds of those tunes?
What is wrong with mankind? Why they always blow in my mind? If I slip and I fall down, man telling me I am wrong. Anytime I do a wrong, I am bound to know it. My conscience is very strong. mama's cock. She was talking English then, and I was very shocked. She shouted, cock, 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 mele, mele. The cock on the farm demonstrating he charm, the hen in alarm, but he don't care a damn. Cock, 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 mele, mele. The farmer ran out searching for the nest. The cock shouted out loud in protest, Cook-curry-o-crow! I really did not want to fall in love again. I know that falling out of love is too much pain. I really did not want to love you from the start. I was afraid I will wind up with a broken heart. But when you hold me, you control me. When you squeeze me, you know you tease me. I didn't want it, but I like it. I didn't want to, but I love you. Big party, real groovy. Emily, stand up the dancing ratchet feet. A madman from the asylum. He tells she whine, but she would not whine. So he get angry. That was trouble for Emily. I tell you to roll the bumbalum. You don't want to roll the bumbalum. I don't want to beat you in my life, but I don't believe in wasting time. Good Lord, you know it. I don't want to lash you, Emily, but you're playing smart to the bumpy. Roll like bum bum, roll like bum bum. Get in the mood and make me feel good. I want to feel good, yeah.
And then said, hey, did you see Shadow dancing with two women on stage? What prompted that?
Well, that's I'm a man for I like change, you know, and at that time I felt that was good to do, and it really worked.
In terms of achievement, in terms of, as you say, winning crowns, there are many people who might casually look at your career and say, but Shadow hasn't achieved much. I think 1985 is when people started to earn real respect for you in the King of Kings competition, when each artist had to sing 4 tunes, including 1 new tune. And your performance in that 1985 King of Kings was very polished, to put it bluntly. I want to start with the tune, What Is Life? Because to me, that's a classic.
I wrote a song around the same time with Bassman, you know, so that come out from that same height, that same level. Bassman, I come out to play Winston. I was in a different mood for a period of time. I used to do a lot of meditation and spend a lot of time by myself. And then I was asking for something, an idea to make a song, and then the song come up with the story of life. The song was started like this. While going through some torture and strife, I sat and I asked myself, what is life? Why all this struggling to survive? What is the sense in being alive? You're small, your mama tell you you're born. You're fighting to grow up to be a man. You grow up, you fall down and bounce your head. And if you're dead, you don't even know you're dead.
A worm in a valley, feeding on germs. Up came a fowl who eat up the worm. And then a manitou eat the fowl. And then a hunter catch the manitou on the prowl. He shot the animal and he made a cook. Next week he wind up dead like a muck. And when he end up in the cemetery, same worms end up eating. He now tell me, what is life? Can anyone around give an explanation? What is is something no one will understand. You got to dig up in the tree. They grow big and strong just to be cut down. Tell me the true sense this tree was ever in existence.
Beside Bassman, which you talked about before, the other tune that you chose was The King from Hell, which was one of the tunes that had the crowd going that night.
Well, maybe because that's the only king I could be on this tongue here.
And when I go back to hell and I pick up my post, I'm gonna be a terrible ghost. People I know who does do me wrong things don't know down in hell. Shadow is a king. But when I'm back in hell, I'm wearing my crown. And I meet someone who's done me wrong. When I tell my soldiers, bring them to me. Don't bother to ask for no sympathy. You get in your head bust, then your face bust. When you start to cry, you get in your eye bust. If you grumble, it's now you in trouble. So if you know you just do me wrong things, you better start praying. Do not forget, I want to repent in the land of death.
I want to talk about the humorous side of Shadow. Columbus Live, for example, and Crazy Computer, two of your humorous ditties that you'd have done.
Crazy Computer, let me see, I did that on an aeroplane, on a BB plane coming from New York. I was coming to the airport and the idea just come up. So I know if I didn't do it, I would lose it. So when I got on the plane, I asked somebody for a piece of paper and I had a pen and I wrote the lyrics. But I had to keep singing it and not to forget the melody until I reached home. It was kind of tough, but when I reached the airport, I kind of had it already. So, I mean, I could just get off, talk to people, but as soon as I get in a taxi, I come it again and I get home and do it.
You might see what you shouldn't see. When you're close to home, you must blow your horn in case something going on. And if you don't have a horn to blow, make a loud cough so she could know. Give this sweet man a chance to escape fast. If you want your marriage to last, this computer crazy, hold on. This computer man, computer one, to wind up a real dummy.
And what about Columbus Live?
Well, for me, that's a strange fella because he find all about, but I know he find people all about. And I'm sure these people find the place before him. I've been checking on him a long time. You know, not now, you know, since I started checking out this thing, you know, I see, but these people were here already, and when they talk about it, it seems as though he find an empty place, and some other people come down, and the nice part about the whole thing, like only the places that he find they send slaves. I check out that thing, I study this thing good, that's a strange guy.
Good.
Columbus live, Columbus live, Columbus live, Columbus live. He said he discovered the whole of America. He never tell nobody how we had to hide from Apache. Columbus live, Columbus live.
Well, we want to talk about your album this year, which I think is a monster album. But before that, I want to talk about one tune from last year, If the Rich Get Rich and the Poor Get Poor.
Yeah, well, I mean, that song is easy to do because we know when the rich, how the rich are, you know, but, and we know how the poor are, so if you could just twist it around, you could get the song, you understand? Mm-hmm. Suppose the world should turn around by a twitch, the rich get poor and the poor get rich. Poor man would suffer no more. It's only revenge they're looking for. They own all the stores. They raise up the rent and all them big shots sleeping on the pavement. And then the government send them down by South Key to sell the items to nobody. And all them big shots, they come out to beg, pretending they're sick, banding up their leg. Before they find out they're making mistake, is what a big stone is now the foot brick.
Okay, let's talk about your album this year, and I want to talk about how did you get into the Amar studio recording, and how this album went for you.
And I think this is a land of Calypso. If we have a good studio, I would like to walk home, because people already walk Calypso, man. They talk Calypso. So when you're out here, you're into more Calypso. I was thinking, they called me to see the place. I looked at it and I saw the facilities. I said, well, yes, this is the thing to work with.
Now, to write a tune on AIDS and come with an angle like Sukuya, that really calls for imagination. You know, what triggered that?
I think it's time, you know. Over the years, I studied all type of calypsos. I was always fascinated by Spoiler. Spoiler, kind of main man in my head, you know. So I always study how he get around to this thing, and I try to write songs and catch myself writing songs like Look in a mirror, what did I see? A fella with a hard face looking like me. You know that one?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, well, I did that. I did like Visit to Mars and other things, you know. So it's how you train your mind, you know. Like to do that type of thing would be easy for me now, but in the old days it was kind of hard.
Trouble. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Vampire in trouble. Slim thick gal with mini dress. Mini dress. A whole lot of blood, but no blood test. No blood test. Sukuya used to suck in the night. Sukuya like they drop out the sight. Sukuya drinking whiskey and beer. Sukuya saying this is unfair. If Dracula should come into town, Dracos is going to say this is wrong. Dracos will have to practice to eat a chicken and chips or a patty with meat, a glass full of milk and a half of a bread, and after that he fall down and dead. Sukuya in trouble. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Vampire in trouble.
The cream of the crop as far as your album is concerned, the tune Music. Tell us about music.
Well, I did music, early I had music. I always liked music. I always sing about music. And this time I was going to say, go deeper and see what music really means to people. And that's why I said, the things I said, like old lady, young baby, rich, poor, you know, your clothes tear up, your shoe goes up. Everybody could Dingolay because music is for everybody. I mean, gold, some people have gold and some people don't have no gold. Some people hear about diamonds, but they never see any diamonds, you know. And some people just have and they don't have certain things, they hear the words. And certain things like only rich people could use certain things. But music,
Everybody.
So as long as you could hear music, music is yours. Music is very, very special.
Music sweet. Music sweet. The one who invented music is got to be Jerry. Got to be the one who created the sun and the trees, rivers and seas. Music is the one with happiness.
And Shadow, is there any sort of parting words you'd like to say to your fans outside?
Well, one love. Stay up. I write music for you. Sleep well.
Shadow, we want to thank you for gracing us with your presence on Calypso Showcase, and we're really going to work on getting you back sometime later this year or early next year. We have a lot of Calypsonians to bring.
Yeah.
For those of you who've been wondering what's happening to the women in Calypso, well, next week, Singing Sandra. So be viewing next week on Calypso Showcase.
To construct a melody.